So here I am again with another match recommendation video for you guys today. And well, if you're feeling a bit down, you're not having the best of days, and I would definitely maybe go your way to check out some of these matches because we're talking about sort of comedy wrestling matches today. And I've got 3 matches here that I would definitely recommend. And even funnier is all 3 matches. Well, there's actually 2 wrestlers that are actually in the whole 3 matches. But I'm definitely going to start off with the match. A match that caught my eye at WrestleMania weekend. So at WrestleMania weekend, obviously GCW had their collective shows, obviously, and then one of the shows was GCW versus DDT, and DDT is sort of a comedy sort of promotion from Japan, very famous. Obviously, people like Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi made their names out there. So there was a match. It was the main event of the card. And it was Radrick, and he was taking on Yoshihiko of DDT for the Iron Man Heavy Metal title. And if you don't know who Yoshihiko is, I would go my way out to watch this match. Yoshihiko, well, to put it bluntly, is a doll. Some people call it a sex doll, but I think it's one of those fake wrestling dolls they use in the gym. But anyway, this Yoshihiko has been around quite a while, actually, in professional wrestling. And honest to God, you should, even though it sounds kind of stupid, it is stupid, obviously. This match had me in stitches. I was feeling a bit down. Cole's a good friend of mine, so I seen this. I was like, I'm gonna go on my way to watch this match. I even messaged him about the match, and it just had me in stitches. And it's definitely one of those that don't take it seriously. Obviously, there's a lot of fans that criticize this stuff, and rightly so. If they have their opinion, that's their opinion. But there was some definitely fun spots in this match, and the match was generally, for me, it kind of shows a wrestler how good a wrestler could be if you could somehow put some sort of story and match together with a doll. And it's usually for Yoshihiko, it's usually a guy covered in black with a black mask to pretend you can't see him. But anyways, so yeah, there was some funny spots in this match as always. With someone like Yoshihiko, you can just go OTT over the top with everything you do. And one of those couple of spots made me laugh was there was a good spot where Yoshihiko goes for a dive. I say dive, gets chucked over the rope, and Cole catches him and then does his powerbomb and chucks him as far as he could up the wall. And just the way Yoshihiko lands, it's incredible how some of these wrestlers in these matches with Yoshihiko can sort of portray how Yoshihiko has some sort of character, which is kind of weird. Another spot that kind of got me going too was when Radrick, excuse me, is launching chairs from under the ring into the ring. And usually when their opponent's down in the middle of the ring and they start bringing chairs in, they usually either slide them under, and if you do chuck them over the rope, they usually do their best to make sure obviously they don't hit their opponent or the referee. But it's a doll, so every chair that came into the ring from Radrick just landed straight on Yoshihiko's head, and I just couldn't stop laughing. It's that facialist expression, that weird expression Yoshihiko has on the doll's face too, which is kind of just adds to the comedy value. But yeah, as I said, I was having a bad week, and I watched that match, and thank you, Cole, for putting a smile on my face again. Also, before I forget, the end of this match was very fun too. So Radrick actually picks up the pin and won the title. So he won the Iron Man Heavy Metal title. But with this title, it's a bit like the 24-hour title. You kind of have to be on your toes with this one. Instantly, Yoshihiko goes to shake his hand. I say shake his hand, it's the guy, all dressed in black, holding Yoshihiko. And gives Radrick a swift kick to the nuts and picks up the win, picks up the pin, gets his title back pretty much. So yeah, that was definitely something. And I thought to myself, what other good comedy matches have put a smile on my face? And I've got 2 more here. The Radrick Yoshihiko match you can get on FITE TV if you pay for FITE Plus. You get all the GCW stuff, you get all the collective shows from WrestleMania weekend, and that's one of the matches you can watch. The other 2 matches I'm talking about, you can actually watch on YouTube. And the next match was actually covered by the guys from the Untitled Wrestling podcast. They did a watch along with it. They've done brilliant watch alongs before. I think I've mentioned they did a great watch along for Big F and Joe and Schlack. Definitely a channel to worth go looking at. And they do, as I said, I've been to the podcast. They do great podcasts. So they did a watch along of the match. The match was at DDT in Japan, and it's your boy Yoshihiko again taking on possibly one of the greatest in-ring workers of all time in Kota Ibushi. This was this was DDT, the 21st of March 2015, and it was for the KOD Openweight Championship, which is still a championship that's about actually. Again, it's kind of similar to Radrick's match. It's just how creative some of the wrestlers could be with Yoshihiko. Again, with Kota Ibushi, you know, the over-the-top power bombs, the over-the-top submission holds. Just a fun short match. So you can get this match on YouTube. It's been cut a little bit into just kind of the funny spot. So it's only like a 5-minute video to watch. I'm sure the match lasted a bit longer than that. But again, with Kota Ibushi to be very creative. Actually, one of the spots I quite enjoyed was when he's doing countless destroyers, just one after the other, around the ring, with Yoshihiko obviously attached. You can tell Yoshihiko's got, I think, Velcro or something attached to the hands. I think that's just to make it easier for wrestlers to sort of have Yoshihiko sort of latch onto them. Again, this match was infamous as well, being that Ibushi, one of the best in-ring workers going, obviously wrestled WrestleMania weekend with GCW. This match got a lot of controversy as well. Not a lot of plaudits for some people, but obviously wrestling purists weren't too happy about this match. And you know, as I've always said, wrestling is subjective. Each to their own. If some people don't like it, that's fair enough. It's with comedy wrestling. For me, it's just another part of professional wrestling. Like if you look at the independents, they're so big, they're so vast, there's so much out there. You know, there's something for everybody out there, is what I'm trying to say. So even if you're not a fan of this sort of stuff, I mean, you can just ignore it and just go watch what you enjoy. I kind of do the same. But Ibushi and Yoshihiko, that's definitely one to go check out on YouTube. As I'll leave the links for the Ibushi Yoshihiko match and the last match I'm going to be talking about. I'll also leave a link as well for the Untitled Wrestling podcast. Watch along for this match, because yeah, they're funny guys. They're very funny guys to listen to. So the first two matches I talked about had technically only one wrestler in each match, being the wrestling a doll. This match, however, is even more intriguing. And again, this is one of those another matches that got a lot of criticism. But if you think about the booking, it's slightly clever actually. So this comes again from GCW, and it's from Spring Break, Joey Janela's Spring Break 3. And I'm sure some of you is already guessing maybe the match I'm about to talk about, because it was the infamous brother versus brother match. A heavily anticipated match between the Invisible Man and the Invisible Stan. And yeah, I must admit, when I found this match on YouTube years ago, and I must admit, the name caught me. I'm like, how are they going to do this? So the ref, who's possibly the most important person in this match, is Bryce Remsburg, who you've obviously seen on AEW, and you know how sort of charismatic and how much of a character he can be. He's very good at what he does, his job as a referee. And in an interview, he actually said Brett Lauderdale, the promoter and booker of GCW, he booked this match without even telling Bryce. I keep getting his name wrong. Bryce Remsburg, before he told Bryce this match. So Bryce, oh great, I'm gonna have to think of something else. Think outside the box, and he does very well. He does. The best part is like the crowd as well, how much they get involved in making this match happen. So you're probably wondering, how does Bryce see them? He's the referee. They're invisible men. He actually has these. It's called Bad Boy Vision. He brings out these special Joey Janela sunglasses that allows him to see. He allows him to see the logic in this match. It's all down to him. Obviously, there's no one else in the bloody ring, isn't there? And the fact the crowd go along with this as well is even funnier, to be honest. I wonder how much booze was drunk in the audience by this point of the night. So, as I say, it's all Bryce, and he does. The way he interprets with his body movement or what they're doing in the ring, from when they're just having a striking match to when they're doing the surprise roll up after all the near fall pins, which was hilarious, to the point where Bryce goes out into the crowd, everybody move, and people are moving out of the way, and there's a balcony spot where Bryce is very good at sort of as telling the audience, telling the crowd of what's about to happen with his movement. And even the crowd got on this when I'm not going to say he jumped off the balcony because nobody jumped off the balcony, but the fans of the audience were very keen on pretending that somebody had jumped off the balcony. It just added to the funniness of this match, and just the fact that the crowd could have gone sour on this match. Any other crowd could have gone sour, but the GCW sort of crowd got straight into it, eh? So I think the cleverest thing about this match as well, which I'm going to get to, is Brett Lauderdale, the booker. So if you think about it, as much as some people hate this match, Brett Lauderdale only had to pay the referee. The two wrestlers he didn't have to pay, if you think about it, and he managed to book a match where the audience liked it, where he had to pay literally one guy. Look, it was a fun match, and the best part of this match, I don't know who set this up, but I didn't see this coming, because I remember seeing the start of this match, a table in the corner, and I thought to myself, well, Bryce must be going through that, because who else is going to go through that? He's the only person in the ring. So I thought Bryce is going to go through the table. No, how wrong was I? No, they set this table up to collapse by itself in the corner to score the pin, and it was that made me laugh quite a lot. It did. I didn't see that one. I didn't see that finish coming, to be honest. So overall, as I've been saying, you're having a bad day, you're having a bad week, whatever's putting you down, take your time, go out your way to find these matches on YouTube. So I'll leave the links, and I guarantee you these matches will put a smile on your face, definitely, to see the creativity that comes, and the bonkers world that is independent professional wrestling. Because I said, you've got your mainstream wrestling, I love the stuff in Japan as well, but it comes to the independents, there's something about independent wrestling, it's so out there. Literally any idea, anything can happen. The creativity in independent wrestling, as much as some people hate it, I absolutely love it, because you can find all types of strange, bonkers, weird matches in the independent scene. And I will see you later for the next video.